Hello and welcome back to S Rank, the only home of video games. My name is Ethan, and is it finally time? Finally time for my torture to end. I've been sitting here in this chair, waiting patiently each and every single Nintendo Direct, PlayStation State of Play, Jeff Keighley Nightmare, anything. I didn't do the Xbox one because of other things were happening, but anything. Sat through them all, waiting for the day Kingdom Hearts 4 finally gets re-revealed. And will today be the day? Absolutely not, because I highly doubt that game's coming to Switch 2 immediately. But you know, one can dream, one can hope. I would love if that game got re-revealed here, or at all. The reported rumor was that the game is a next year game, and that the game was a this year game, but that game got internally delayed last year. That decision was made last year to make it a 27 game, which is crazy. It'll be the same year as the last Final Fantasy VII thing. Boy, howdy, would I love that here. But you know what? I'll settle for not a game from a sequel to my favorite video game of all time, Kingdom Hearts, but a remake of my second favorite video game of all time. Oh, the freaking camera is always mirrored on me, because then I look this way and I'm looking at the thing, so that's why I do it. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I got my two cartridges here. I had two of them. I have my Japanese copy. It again mirrored on the camera there. The complete in box cartridges in there. I even got the kind of okay 3DS one. I sold an old iPhone when this came out, so I could buy it, and shoot, I bought something else with that money too. Anyway, Ocarina of Time, heavily rumored. It's a lock. It's not a lock, but it's one of those it's not quite a lock, but it's kind of like a lock. To be at least announced. It very well could just not happen this year. Might be announced, but maybe not this year. It's possible. I think it is their fall game. I need it to be. Excuse me. I need it to be because I drafted it on my Fantasy Critic League, and I don't have any more money to spend in that league. So if I have to drop a game, I just won't have a game. I just will be one less on the roster because I won't have any money to bid on any new games. So I need this to come out for that sake alone. But yeah, Ocarina of Time, my favorite Zelda game, my favorite N64 game, my favorite Nintendo game. It's an extremely special video game. And I hope we get a reveal of a remake here for, I guess, the Switch 2. I would be very disappointed if it's a Switch 1 game, so that they can help, because there's a lot of install base there. I would be very disappointed if yeah, but it's a Nintendo Switch 2 edition. It runs really well there. I that's not enough for me. I want it to look the best that it can, and that needs to be a Switch 2 title. And I was playing the game earlier this year, getting retro achievements, using my 8-bit 64 controller. And I stopped right before I did. I literally did the Spirit Temple. I did all the temples. I got all the gold scatulas. There's a few cleanup stuff I need to do. The Bigoron sword I never do right away. I always wait. And then I kind of stopped because other things. I think Marathon had come out at that point. I'm I'm gonna play this a lot. So maybe I'll go back to that before this comes out and at least finish the playthrough. But it's a very special video game, even to this day. It's crazy how it runs. At the video game Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64 runs at 20 frames per second, but it doesn't feel like it's being slowed down. It feels right, and even in an emulator, I'm still running it that way, and it feels right. Oh, sorry. I guess it's starting now, and it's starting early.
Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch.
Or is this just an ad?
Use mouse controls to design.
I think they're just doing ads. I bought this upgrade. It was $5, and I haven't touched it.
Play support. And up to 12 friends can play together online.
We'll just leave it lower volume there, because this has been out. This isn't a new announcement. Yeah, they're just playing trailers for their stuff. Yeah. Okay. Oh, then I'll mute it again. It's a very special video game, Ocarina of Time. There's so much about it that feels so different than the way games are made today. Like, the one thing, like, I love Breath of the Wild, and I never finished Tears of the Kingdom. I bought their Switch 2 upgrade, so I will gladly finish Tears of the Kingdom at a high frame rate. And resolution even, too, is a nice bonus, but just the frame rate alone is necessary for me. Very special and great video games, but the one thing that they kind of do is succumb to modern video game quest designs. Don't get me wrong, everything else about how those games operate wonderfully unique, and the way they approach the open world structure is fantastic. Yeah, I bought the upgrades. I did not subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online because there's $10 for each upgrade, $20 in total. I'm like, you know what? It's kind of like worth it for me. Instead of spending $50 a year for stuff I'm never going to use. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have their side quests and major quests do the thing where you talk to a person and they tell you what they need you to do, and then a thing pops up at the top of the screen, and you have a quest log and all these modern conveniences. But they're conveniences because it assumes that quests should be designed within that fashion. Side activities and side quests should be designed in that fashion. That is the assumption that idea that being a convenience is resting on. And I go back to Ocarina of Time, and it's full of side quests. They're just not labeled as such. You know, I'm going, like, the Gold Scatullas, that's one gigantic side quest. It's a collectible, but you are saving these people from being cursed by their spider thing. You know what I mean? And you are exploring the world in search of that stuff. Yeah, you find this weird dude sitting next to a river munching on some beans, and he's also selling these other beans. And each time you buy one, the next one costs more, and he's got a finite amount of them. He doesn't tell you that until you purchase the last one. And these magic beans, what can you do with them? Find where you can place them all, plant them all. What happens? Like, that's a giant side quest. Finding the fairies, the great fairies, like, that is, in and of itself, exploring and finding that is a side quest. It's just not labeled as such, where it's like, you need to talk to someone and have a thing pop up on the screen that's like, can you plant these beans in multiple places? The game doesn't do that. And granted, that was, the way it was at the time. My fear is that a potential remake, if it gets announced today, of Ocarina of Time, might shift in the direction of quote-unquote modern quest designs, where you do talk to a guy, and then a thing pops up at the top of the screen, and your quest log tells you this, and you have a mini-map that has a yellow circle pulsating that telling you, hey, you should go over here and do this thing. I don't necessarily want that. There are things that I am very much apprehensive about when it comes to a remake of this very, very important video game. Ocarina of Time is one of the 10 most important video games of all time. But so is Sonic 2006, so I guess, and I just don't want it to feel like this game, the 3DS remake, where this game is nice. It's a nice graphical remake of Ocarina of Time, but it feels more dated than the Nintendo 64 original due to the 3DS nature aspects that they did. They modernized it on the hardware level. It wasn't just the graphics are better or whatever, and in many ways they kind of weren't on the 3DS hardware. But they modernized it in such a fashion where now it feels, 2011, right? That's 15 years ago. It's a longer distance between now and this release than this release and this release. You know what I mean? These are closer in time than this is to you and I sitting here waiting for this reveal. Looks like we got about 6 minutes left. And Ocarina of Time 3D just feels so dated in comparison. I don't really have a desire to play that version anymore, ever. That's why, earlier this year, I did play my original copy of the game for retro achievements. At the very least, what they could do is just a graphical remake. It would probably play the same. And that would be okay. I would find that okay, just because of the way graphics are. It would look really nice. I remember at the time, the 3DS. It's a portable system. Like, I'm not sitting there expecting it to look like the then PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 caliber console games. So there was already lowered expectations on what it looked like. But even at the time, I'm like, yeah, this looks fine. Like, Link's character model looks fine. It's a little not quite how I remembered the N64 graphics to be, but it looks fine. But I get the very least now on Nintendo Switch 2, like, it's not like they have, a handheld that is weaker than their console that they could put it on the console instead. You know what I mean? Because if they instead of remaking it for 3DS, if they put it for the Wii, or they waited a year and it was a launch title for the Wii U, entirely different story on how I would feel about the game. But even if they just did a graphical remake of Ocarina of Time for Switch 2, and they really tried their best to make it look as good as possible, then that Star Fox 64 remake that's coming out this month in, like, I don't know, 20 days, 15 days, something like that, that is just, for the most part, a presentational uplift of the video game. Which I'm sure is great. I've never played any of the Star Foxes, and so I would be interested in that one. But because of the scope of that N64 title, they're really able to blow it out of the water with the graphics. You know what I mean? And they could do the same with Ocarina of Time. They also could remake the game in the sense of redoing in the entire environments and making it in two different ways. More of a reimagining than like a graphical remake, which, they've called Metroid Prime Remastered on the Switch a remaster, but to me that's a remake because it's completely redone graphics. Although I guess the code base is the same, so whatever. It's splitting hairs over unimportant things. If they were to do a reimagining, they could go in one of two directions. They could modernize the game in the ways that I'm, not really all that jazzed about, to make it feel, and maybe unfortunately even look, more like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I personally would be very disappointed if that was the case. I would still get it, don't get me wrong. I would just not be as excited for it. Or they could really take a look at what made Ocarina of Time and enhance those aspects. Adding more of Ocarina of Time to it, adding more places to explore, more reasons to use the things you got in that game. How do you take the hook shot and do more interesting things in the world? Do they just take Hyrule Field, blow it up big, fill it full of cool stuff? Do they add new areas to go to, etc., in a way where the game still moves and feels like Ocarina of Time? The way those dungeons are, again, Ocarina of Time is some of the easiest dungeons in the 3D Zelda games, and I guess you could argue it makes sense that was their first one. But maybe you kind of expand that. Do you just do a one-for-one the dungeons again, or do you take those concepts and blow them up big and have big intensive dungeons? Because again, big complaint about Breath of the Wild, no dungeons. The shrines are great, but didn't really have the Zelda dungeons, and that's a disappointment. Tears of the Kingdom tried to bring them back. I never finished that game, to be fair, but I did the Death Mountain one, and I'm like, no, this is just a really big shrine, and I don't really like. I like the way that the shrines were in Breath of the Wild, in the sense that you could solve them kind of however you could. But when it came to I think we're starting. And now it's the Nintendo. I thought that was going to be a countdown. When it came to, because Breath of the Wild had those 4 giant robots or whatever, they were bigger shrines, and even the Tears of the Kingdom temples or whatever, I think they called them temples. Those dungeons, you being able to solve those in any way you wanted, made them feel lesser. I want a freaking. That sounds so lame, and I'm 31 years old. But I want a dungeon, if that makes sense. I want to have to solve the problems they created with their intended solutions. I want their combat encounters to feel dynamic, like they felt to me in Ocarina of Time. We have 20 seconds left. Here's our audio check. The fuck? There. Stop. There we go. All right. But who knows? It probably won't even be announced at all. Will they open or close with it? I'm gonna bet close with it, because they're gonna have the Nintendo Treehouse also talk a lot about it. Also, there's apparently a Super Metroid remake and follow-up to Metroid Dread. It'd be cool if they're getting announced here. Like the Super Metroid one comes out this year, Metroid Dread's follow-up is maybe next year or the year after. Would just be cool. All right. Are they going to talk about the Zelda movie, maybe?
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. First, here's a game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch system. Please, take a look at this.
Okay. Oh, right. Rhythm Heaven.
My name is Lowell Miss Reeds, and I'm known for my reading aloud skills and more. Beep. I'm here today to help show you the Rhythm Heaven Groove game. Beep.
To my knowledge, this is the last Switch 1 only game that has yet to come out from Nintendo.
Rhythm Heaven
I never played
Groove.
any of these.
Playing this game is pretty simple. Just get into the groove and press the correct button. That's all there is to it. But it's not always the same rhythm. Listen carefully to the beat. Find your flow, and you'll be able to feel the rhythm.
Nintendo does a good job in a lot of their video game, blowout videos about like showing you like
2, 3, now.
all what the buttons do.
Over
here's how you
80
play this
all-new
game.
Rhythm games are included. And as you
The
play
other
through the
companies
game,
don't really do
you can
that.
unlock different modes.
They just assume you
For
know how to
example,
use a controller, know how to play a game,
The kingdom's everlasting peace rests on your shoulders.
and would be interested in
Finally,
playing it regardless
you're awake.
of
Go forth, magician,
perhaps any complexities that might be
and
apprehensive.
use the magical power of rhythm to beat monsters. Cast a fire spell with BA, BA, and a healing spell with B down A, B down A, like that.
So you really
Weird.
want to fight, huh?
What spells will strike a chord against the foes you face? Groove on and tip the scales to victory.
It's time for the Who's Got Rhythm quiz show.
Plus, there are even more rhythm games in the lineup. Enjoy all of this while playing solo. And
Dan, Emily, Leo, Sarah. We're under attack. Beep.
up to 4 players can enjoy dedicated rhythm games. Note the timing and block the arrows.
Grab the snack at exactly 3 o'clock.
Or aim for 3 o'clock on the dot.
Emily got the snack.
So they're doubling
There are
down on the
over
same
30 cooperative and competitive
text-to-speech
games to
synthesis
play.
stuff that they have with
Get
Tomodachi
into the
Light.
groove solo or with friends when Rhythm Heaven Groove hits the Nintendo
Soon.
Switch system July 2nd.
But it's gonna be $60
Pre-orders are
or
available
$50
now on
maybe
Nintendo
even.
Wii Shop.
And so it's like, and it'll stay that price forever. So I'll never
That was
never
Rhythm
buy it.
Heaven Groove for Nintendo Switch. You'll also
Like,
be
this
able
looks
to play
fun,
it on
but,
the
like,
Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Not
Please
high
wait
up on the
just
priority
a little
list.
longer for its release. From here, we'll introduce games coming to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Let's begin with some headlines.
Master the
Oh,
way of the sword.
Onimusha. Okay.
Let's see your best then, eh?
Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Yeah, I
a
mean,
new entry
apparently
in the
they
Sword Play
got,
Action series, is
They got the
slashing
RE
onto
engine
Nintendo
working
Switch
real
2.
well on the Switch too, so.
Edo-era Kyoto has been overrun by monsters known as Genma.
And it is cool that
Now,
Nintendo is getting
Miyamoto
big
Musashi
third-party
must prove
games
himself
the
beyond
same
measure.
year that they are coming out elsewhere. You know?
Parry. Deflect. And the powerful counterattack Isen.
See, this isn't a gun, so we can show you
Master
using
these
your
techniques
weapon
to strike
killing
down the
dudes.
enemies in your path.
Although they
Oni
seem to have
armaments
turned
are
any
also
blood
at your
off.
disposal to turn the tides of battle. You can even use Joy-Con 2 motion controls to intuitively slay Genma. As fates intertwine, will you cut down
I
those
remember
that
Twilight
stand in
Princess.
your
We're
way?
still doing that shit, huh?
Onimusha, Way of the Sword launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 25th.
I think that's the same day as
Pre-orders
Ever Else.
begin later today on
'Cause,
Nintendo eShop.
Pragmata, I believe, also was too, right?
Your unwritten epic begins.
What is this?
Dragon's Dogma 2,
Oh,
Dark Arisen
another
is heading
Capcom
to
RE
Nintendo
engine.
Switch 2.
This one is an
You
open
are
world
the
one.
Arisen, a hero burdened with the fate of slaying the dragon who has taken your heart.
Interesting.
In this expanded version of Dragon's Dogma
David has
2,
this game on Steam.
explore the new land of Norgan. Seek out spoils.
Oh, they have,
and appraise them to reveal
DLC
new
for it, too?
weapons, armor, or skills. With these arms at the ready, take down powerful monsters in this single-player action RPG adventure. From a fighter specializing in close-range combat to a mage skilled in spell casting, choose the vocation that fits your playstyle. Plus, you can lead up to 3 pawns, custom companions who act on their own. When taking on massive monsters, you can climb them to strike their
Shadow
weak
the
points.
Colossus.
Fighting alongside your pawns is key to victory. In a world between dark and light, embark on an adventure and tell a tale all your own.
Okay, there were some frame drops there
Fate
in,
awaits
in the
Arisen
towns
and
like
their
the
pawns.
other versions of the
Dragon's
game
Dogma
did.
2, Dark Arisen launches
Okay,
on
never mind.
Nintendo
I said
Switch
DLC
2,
stuff. He said New
October 9th.
Lands of Noran or whatever. I assumed
Otherworldly endeavors await
I assumed
in
that was
these
a DLC
games.
thing. Hey, these are Switch 2.
Earth has been driven to the brink of annihilation by
Okay.
mysterious life forms called the Natiba.
Hey, they are
Now,
getting
join Eve on her
big
mission to
AAA
save
games coming.
humanity and reclaim
And yeah,
the
this game
planet.
came out, what, 2 years ago?
Engage in high-speed
Right, or at least
combat
last
that
year.
focuses on timing.
And it's different
Then
than the Wii
find your
U.
opening
Because I
and
remember
strike.
Wii U comes out and it's got,
Defeat
everyone's like,
enemies
it's
to
got a
acquire new
year-old
skills.
Batman game
Then
on it. It's like, yeah, would you just not want the
strategically
game coming to
deploy
the
them
system
fit
at all?
situation.
We just don't think that way anymore.
Can you save humanity
Nowadays, like a
and
game from
reclaim
5
Earth
years
for
ago can come to the
humankind?
Switch and people will be like, great.
Stellar Blade
More ways to play
launches
it.
on Nintendo Switch 2 this year. Blast off in
I
the
have this
two-player co-op
drafted on my
adventure
Fantasy Critic.
Orbitals. Protect your home in an expedition across the galaxy. There are many interstellar areas to explore.
This is an exclusive
Melt ice to
At least
make a
at
path.
launch.
Activate devices in time with the beat. Escape from incoming enemies and more. Brave the dangers ahead in your voyage through the stars. 2 players can also work together locally or online using GameShare. Work together and overcome the crisis of the cosmos. Orbitals launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system September 3rd.
Cool.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo
We'll have a physical
eShop.
version, because I would buy a
Journey
physical
through
version.
the Glade of Dreams in this bold reimagining of Rayman Legends.
The
When
Wii U
a
game.
shadowy villain starts spreading.
Uh-oh. Hey, this is an okay spot for this to happen. Let's see here. I'm still going okay, so let me refresh here.
You can also play a revamped version of Kung Foot using GameShare locally or online. Rayman Legends Retold launches on
I don't know what
Nintendo
people see in
Switch 2,
Rayman.
October 1st.
I think it is, like, you know, looking at this game,
It's a
last time it
great
was shown,
day for a big walk.
it's just a
Get
mismatch of
lost with
different
friends in this
art
online
styles,
co-op
and it feels like you
walking
just
and
took a bunch of
talking
rejects from other
adventure.
video games and just dumped them
Set
all
off through
into.
a peaceful
That's what
world.
Rayman feels like. This game looked cool. I saw a preview of this.
puzzles, and lots of things to discover.
This is made by the people that
Enjoy
made
the
Untitled
sights and
Goose Game.
sounds as you work together to find your way around. Use all sorts of tools to stay in touch.
They are
And
Australian.
Figure out new methods of communicating if you're in a pickle. They might even be a little unconventional. And if you're not quite up to adventuring, you can always just relax with your pals. Enjoy the sunset, dance the night away, or steal something from a friend and kick it into the ocean. You know, the usual stuff. You can also
What if you
use
needed
mouse
that?
controls or hang out with friends using cross-platform play.
Okay, and that's what this game
After all,
needs.
spending
They need
quality
because
time
like this is
together
supposed to be like
is the
up to
best
12
part of
people can
a
play at once,
big
and they
walk.
want a lot of
Strolling
people
onto
playing,
Nintendo Switch 2
you know, one
on this
campaign
board.
or whatever, one playthrough together.
Season the seas.
Sort of Song of Storms of whatever, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, fuck off.
Build your very own floating
Fuck off.
restaurant with the Straw Hat Crew.
God. Wait, this is by
Cook up recipes
Kairosoft.
with Sanji. Craft the
Alright,
menu.
I mean, I don't like One Piece, and I will
Decorate
never
it to your
ever watch
liking.
it.
Then serve your customers.
But it is
as
funny
you
that this
run
is
the restaurant.
Kairosoft's
By searching
500th
for
video
and
game
collecting
and first
ingredients,
licensed
You'll
property.
expand your menu offerings. Use devil fruit abilities to prepare piping hot steaks. Or whip up tongue-tingling tauntaun
It looks
noodles.
exactly the same
You
as
can make
all of their
all
other
sorts
stuff.
of delicious dishes. Spend in-game money to change up the restaurant's interior and expand it to attract even more customers.
Like maybe it looks like it's probably a
Over
much
400
bigger
characters
game,
from the One Piece series will appear.
but it looks like it
Mouse
is.
controls are also supported on Nintendo
that's
Switch
nice.
too. Get
It looks like
ready for
it
a
is
feast
within
of
line
epic
of even
proportions
game
in
dev story
One Piece
that I played
Grand
on-
Gourmet.
It's right
Sailing
here.
onto the Nintendo Switch
On my
2
iPhone
and
5.
Nintendo Switch systems
And I played
October
it. I
23rd.
played it on this. Hey, Pokopia. I still need to get this game. Oh, can you go underwater now?
Keep adventuring in Pokemon Pokopia, even beneath the sea. Explore the world on the ocean floor with a free update.
Okay.
By using the new move Dive, you can enjoy life with Pokemon living under the sea. Plant grass, build structures, and expand your towns underwater. This free update is scheduled to release
I figured
in
this was a
August
game that they were going to
2026.
like really push with free updates over
And
time
there's more.
because it's a big seller.
The Pokemon Pokopia expansion pass
Okay,
paid
and then
DLC
also
is on the
DLC.
way.
Sure.
Discover a brand new town, Bubbly Basin. There you'll find new furniture, new outfits, and new friends.
Cool. Yeah, I need to get this game still.
The Pokemon Pokopia expansion pass
Oh.
paid DLC will be available
So it's
later
an
today on
expansion
Nintendo
pass. Does that
eShop.
imply that it's
Part 1 of the paid DLC,
Multiple
Bubbly
things over
Basin,
multiple,
launches this August.
drops?
Part 2 and Part 3 will launch at a later date. Look out for more details in
Cool.
the future.
okay? That's right. It's a key card game, though. Whatever. Manaphy. Whatever.
We hope you're looking forward to more content for Pokemon Pokopia via a free update and
Yeah.
paid DLC. Next, please take a look at this.
Okay.
This is the Dagdan Empire, a prosperous
Fire
land
Emblem.
ruled by the gods. The capital, Daxian, plays
Fire
host to
Emblem.
the heroic games,
Yeah.
the winner of which is granted one wish. powerful fighters from across the land have gathered to participate.
Fortune's Weave is a weird name. I haven't played Fire Emblem
The
since the
story
3DS.
revolves around 4 heroes. Kai, a young boy determined to win the games to save his imprisoned father.
CAI?
Dietrich, a swordsman
Hey, it's
ever on
Alucard.
the hunt for a stronger foe. Theodora, a queen seeking
Wow.
to fulfill the long-held dream of her homeland. And Lita, a musician with her sights set on revenge. Guide whichever character you choose to victory as they weave their own unique tale.
I mean, you
Between
can play as
matches,
Alucard.
you can strengthen your forces in different ways. Hone your techniques at the training grounds.
Interesting.
I'm figuring it out. Recruit new allies. Or travel beyond Daxian's walls to gain experience. How you spend your free time is up to you.
I'd be interested in getting back into Fire Emblem.
Combat takes the form
My
of
biggest
turn-based
issue was just
tactical
like the
battles.
tactics. The
Consider
maps
your
would be
weapon's
so
range
big that like, yeah, this character can move 10
and your unit's
spaces, and
strengths
it's
on
like,
the battlefield.
I don't know, shrink the maps down a little bit, reduce the number of moves characters can make it visually look
Plus,
like
each of the 4
I
main
can make
characters comes
strategy
with their
planned
own
out multiple
special
turns ahead.
techniques.
I really like the freaking mobile
Using
Fire
these
Emblem game
techniques to the fullest,
because it was
you might
all on
turn
one
the
screen,
tide of battle.
and it really felt like I could plan out multiple turns ahead. Playing those 3DS
Rejoice
ones,
with
and it was
me
like Fire Emblem
the
Conquest or
advent
whatever.
of the underworld.
You look upon
It just
the
felt like a
promised
crapshoot every single time.
one, who will
I felt like I
rapture
was
you
not playing it correctly.
and
I
guide
felt like
the
an
living
idiot.
to salvation.
I own the first Switch one
How did it feel?
because I got it on a good sale,
To upheave the world.
but never played it.
Be gone from us. The darkest dark.
There's a mad green lady, green-haired lady.
Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave launches
Okay.
September 17th.
Still coming this year.
Alongside the standard edition, there will be a special edition, the Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave Dagdan Collection, that launches the same day. Please
Those
look
Dag
forward to
Dan
it.
collections.
Let's continue with some more headlines.
They're gonna end with Ocarina.
Welcome to the next level of ninja battles.
Oh, is this that Ninjala weird thing?
The first part of Ninjala 2 is sneaking onto Nintendo
Sorry,
Switch
Ninjala.
2. After accidentally breaking a forbidden seal, you're stranded on an uncharted planet. Overcome the dangers lurking here to safely return to Earth in this open-world action-adventure. Use Ninja Gum to freely traverse this vast world in search of clues to get back home.
I forget, this isn't a
You can also blow
Nintendo
a bubble to
developed
float in the
game,
air.
right?
Defeat enemies blocking your path with weapons crafted from Ninja Gum. You can even summon buddies with Gum Ninjutsu to unleash powerful attacks. Additionally,
They trying to
up
do an
4
Elden
ninja
Ring?
can team up in local or online multiplayer to chew through tough battles. The first part of Ninjala 2, The Uncharted Planet, launches exclusively on the
first
Nintendo
part?
Switch 2 system next spring. The DK Challenge barrels in.
Hold on, what?
Coming to Nintendo Switch Online on Nintendo Switch 2, the limited time DK Challenge event. Take on challenges across many Donkey Kong games available with Nintendo Classics.
Okay.
By completing them, you can earn and enjoy collectible digital challenge cards. And if you have Donkey Kong Bonanza, you can attempt even more challenges. Try out ones geared for beginners, or take on developer challenges for something with a bit more punch. Rediscover Donkey Kong
So
games,
there's achievements.
play challenges, and
Okay.
complete your card collection. DK Challenge can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch online app on the home menu of your Nintendo Switch 2. You'll be able
Okay.
to barrel through these limited time challenges starting later today.
Interesting.
Plus, in the
Interesting.
Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island and Emerald Rush paid DLC, a limited time collaboration with Super Mario Bros. Is breaking through. Enjoy outfits for DK and Pauline, inspired by Mario and Luigi. Plus, there are coins, super mushrooms, question blocks, and more.
Okay, but they don't make it bigger.
Experience Emerald Rush as you've never seen it before.
Yeah, the
with
DLC
a
for
Super
this
Mario Brothers twist.
looked like no one really cared.
This limited time collaboration event
I wanna get
will
this
be
game
held
still.
in 4 waves with the first
literally the
wave
only
beginning
Switch 2 title
later
that I
today.
own is Metroid Prime 4 Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
From the creators of Vampire Survivors,
Vampire-
領域展開
the latest game from the makers of Vampire Survivors, Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon,
No, no,
cast
no.
a spell onto Nintendo
No,
Switch
no,
2.
no, 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 no,
Up to
no,
8
no.
players can compete online for the top spot in the
No, no,
Survivors
no.
Royale. At the start of a match, players don't battle directly. Instead, take down enemies on your own map to earn points. Each time you earn 100 points, you can add a rule to your run, including ones that hinder other players. The match culminates in a head-to-head final battle between the top 2 players. Who will be the final survivor? More than 20 characters
I mean,
from
it's
the
an interesting
Jujutsu
twist
Kaisen
on
series
Vampire
appear.
Survivors,
Characters can be unlocked
but
just by playing.
no,
Battle
I don't need
online
some
with
weird
players
anime
near and
version.
far, or go it alone against computer
I was gonna say, I thought
opponents.
Vampire Crawlers is already on
Exercise
Switch 2 and
curses,
Switch.
dominate rivals, and rise to the top. Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivathon launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this year.
They also had that Warhammer version.
Are you up for the challenge in these games?
Sort of.
Brutal, unforgiving battles
Can we-
storm onto
can we
Nintendo
please get-
Switch
can
2.
we please get this?
In a forsaken world, a
Oh.
looming darkness
Lords of the
devours
Fallen too.
all in its path. Now, only one kingdom endures.
Again, big games are still
Defy the
coming.
will of the
Are they gonna
gods
show off
to
Call of
save
Duty here?
what remains of humanity. Master brutal melee combat, devastating sorceries, and lethal ranged attacks. Test your mettle against towering abominations on your journey across the realms of the living and the dead. A hero must rise for a god to fall. Lords of the Fallen
The logic
2
works.
launches on Nintendo Switch 2
Something
this
needs
fall.
to go up in order for something to go down. Okay, okay.
Enter a
Lies of
darkly
P.
elegant world based on the story of Pinocchio in Lies of P. In a city under siege, you must fight rampaging mechanical
Evan and I
puppets
streamed this,
and
last year.
seek the cause of
For a
this
little bit.
upheaval while confronting your own humanity. Take on enemies using customizable weapons and prosthetic arms that allow you to swap between different abilities. But know this, the lies you tell will alter your fate. Lies of P Complete Edition, which includes Overture, a prequel expansion to the main
Right,
game,
they had DLC
launches
for
on
it.
the Nintendo Switch 2 system August 6th. Pre-orders begin later
Oh.
today on
You have to wait a
Nintendo
couple months
eShop.
for a physical version.
The most recent entry in the legendary Devil May Cry
Okay, this
series
was,
is slashing its way
leaked
onto
a while
Nintendo
back.
Switch 2. Play as Nero, Dante, V, and Virgil, each armed with different battle styles, as you fight off hordes of demons
Hold on one
and
second.
epic bosses.
forgot to
Pull
turn
off
off my-
stylish attacks, dodges, and combos with your vast arsenal of weapons and skills. Enjoy thrilling, high-octane combat at 60 frames per second in both TV mode
was most
and
certainly being
handheld
picked up
mode.
by the microphone.
Plus, additional
My bad.
content such as battle tracks, character colors, and Devil Breaker weapons for Nero are included. Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition launches on Nintendo Switch 2 June 23rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Digital only, huh?
Enter a mystical era. deep in Japan's past.
Wow, this will be like the
Six
what, the
swords
fourth time this game
determined
has
to
been
forge their own destiny.
re-released.
So you're looking for some runaway ninja named Kisuke.
This
We
was
still
a
have some unfinished
Wii
business in this
title
world.
that got a Vita version that then got ported later to PS4 and Xbox One or something like that. And now there's the Switch 2 version.
I'd start repenting if I were you.
An action RPG for the ages. What fate awaits those who wield the demon blades? Muramasa, Revenant Blades.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of these 3 Xenoblade Chronicles
Another
games
thing I was curious about, are
incoming.
they gonna dump out a lot more Switch 2 editions of
All
games?
3 games run at 60 frames per second, with 4K resolution in TV
Just
mode
to get a little
or
bit more
Full
money out
HD
of
in
people.
handheld mode.
They can't re-release the games again. This is backwards
In-game
compatible.
cutscenes also
But they will
have
ask you
enhanced
for
resolution and
$10.
frame rate. Not only that, but you can travel on a high-speed vehicle in the first game.
Okay.
Control blades to fight mercenary squad battles in the second. And put your strength to the test against waves of enemies in the third. There's also a variety of other content added to each of the 3 games. More details will be revealed at a later date.
But maybe $10 was too cheap of a price that I am suggesting.
The digital version of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and the Upgrade Pack will be available later today.
Okay.
The physical version launches on July 30th. The Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade
Weird that they're not
Chronicles
just
3
dumping them all at
will be
once.
available on the dates shown on screen.
3 Xenoblade Chronicles games are getting Nintendo Switch 2 editions.
Plus the one that I already did.
New features will be added to each title,
X
so we
had a
hope you'll check
$5
them out.
upgrade, and you were able to get a refund if you bought it because
And
it like
a new story in the Xenoblade series
actually
is
kind
about
of
to
made
begin.
it look
Here are
worse.
some early
I
moments
guess
from the game.
this is there. We just started making this announcement.
アニマは世界の源であった。水も火も風も世界を構成するそのすべては大地を流れるアニマが形を変えたものだった。そして戦いを決するのはいつもアニマとその
I've
力
never
を
been
時代に
interested in the
振るう
series.
騎士だった。
この剣の名に恥じぬよう精進します。
We got elves.
ここがリューコス。
その石はアニマ小石。騎士の力を増幅
We got
させる
materia.
だけでなく、そのものの行動や思いも刻みます。これからのあなたの学院生活のすべて
Oh,
が
we're
その
going to
石と共
Hogwarts.
にあると思って
Great.
ください。
今日の訓練は実戦を想定し
Looks
ての
like they're on the inside of some sort of sphere. Are they on a Halo ring? That would be crazy. Xenoblade Chronicles Halo.
なんとなく分かった気がする。
騎士って人殺しの職業だ。奪われた側はどう思うんだろうな。
真実見つけてみない？
信仰を失った人の魂をドラゴンの炎で浄化することで罪が贖われる。
田舎貴族の限界を教えてあげる。
あいつ使えるぜ。小石なしで騎士の力。
生と死すべてはアニマと共にある。
Okay, so much further along than I thought. We also said early moments in the game, and now we're seeing a montage, so.
始まるわよ。
Unless this all happens within the first hour.
兄上、行ってまいります。
No, I wish you
ここ
poor
は
fortune.
6つの太陽に照らし出された大地。
The fuck? 6 suns?
人々は知ることに
They would all bake and die. They'd have to be farther apart to compensate.
まだ晴らされてはいないことを。
Oh, it's not Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Genesis. I mean Nintendo Switch 2. here.
Xenoblade Genesis marks a new beginning. What kind of story do you think will be told?
Probably not a good one.
Please look forward to future updates.
That's very mean, but
Next.
they just seem so uninteresting.
Please.
Oh, Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Nintendo Switch Sports.
Welcome to Woohoo Island, home to all kinds of sports.
Nintendo Switch
Coming
Sports
to Nintendo
Resort?
Switch 2, Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, the latest game in the series. Use the Joy-Con 2 controllers as rackets, bows,
Okay.
or even
Yeah,
handles.
awesome.
There are 12 sports to choose from.
Cool.
All with intuitive motion
I am
controls.
100% down.
Let's go over them. Punch, guard, counter, and outmaneuver for the knockout in boxing. Make quick shots to keep
I mean,
your
this
opponent
is
on their toes.
what you really want.
In table tennis,
It's ping pong.
aim for the center of the target and let that arrow fly. In archery, enjoy rallies with
Okay.
different types of shots in tennis. Bump, set, and spike in volleyball. Roll the ball
Yep,
straight
I mean, you
or
need
give it a
this.
spin to strike big in bowling. Dribble,
Okay.
pass, and shoot to
Because some of
score
these, the
in
Nintendo Switch
basketball.
Sports itself had,
Adjust your shot's power, then swing your club
I think we're
in
seeing
golf.
all of the ones that were in there, plus new ones, obviously.
Battle with one thumb to hand your opponent a defeat
What?
in thumb wrestling. Ride through the course using mouse controls in skateboarding.
On grass?
Steer with handles and coast along the waves in power cruising. Tilt the controller and fly around freely in prop plane.
Surprised they didn't want it to emulate an actual
Plus,
flight stick.
you can warm up for these sports with jump rope. You can create and play as a sportsmate or Mii character.
For a lower fidelity avatar.
Enjoy playing all kinds of sports on Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm down.
Nintendo Switch Sports Resort launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system October 22nd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Yeah,
Nintendo
cool.
Switch Sports Resort is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We showed all the sports included, but since we have the opportunity, let's try one of the new sports, thumb wrestling.
Before the match, let's go over the rules.
Wii Sports
Hold
Resort
down
had
your
the
opponent's
sword
thumb for
fighting.
3 seconds, and you'll win. If yours gets pinned, just shake the controller to break free. And if you keep your thumb held down, it'll get bigger and stronger.
3, 2, 1.
You'll need this to claim victory.
Here's to a great thumb wrestling match. The thumb moves, just like this.
Round 1.
Here we go. Let's have a good match. Oh, got him right away.
2, 1.
Oh, they broke free. All right. Let's try this. Oh, we bumped thumbs. Oh, go, go, go. Hold it. Oh, they broke free again. You have to keep them pinned. No, wait. Whew.
The least interesting one of these is what they wanted to show.
I was worried for a second there. Okay, thumb started to sparkle, and the nail got bigger. Hold on a second. That's not how it's supposed to go. It's okay. Everything is fine. My thumb returned to normal.
It is just also
Ooh,
funny to
sparkling
hear
again.
the
Now let's try.
the
Oh, I got
mid-game like offhand comments being
Ah, wait.
translated
Wait a
as
minute.
if you know what I mean.
Ah,
Yeah, she
I
beat
lost.
you, idiot.
please wait a little longer for Nintendo Switch Sports
Would have
Resort.
rather have seen the jet ski one.
Let's move
Whatever.
on to more headlines.
Whatever. Hey, I will get that game. That is a game that on me a
Survive
higher
the
priority.
land ruled by
Jesus,
dragons.
the RuneScape thing is back
The world
again.
of RuneScape comes to Nintendo
Can they
Switch
dump
2.
old school RuneScape on these
An ancient
consoles,
power
please?
has awakened on the forgotten continent of Ashenfall. Explore
I'm just gonna
a
say,
land infused
ironically,
with magic and uncover
the
lost
Switch 2
secrets
for
on your
like
journey
trailer
to face
here
the Dragon Queen.
is the better looking version
In this
of
survival
this game looks
crafting
better
adventure,
here than it did
delve
on the
into
other
the mysteries
consoles.
of Ashenfall, amongst the ruins
It's probably
of
just
fallen
I
civilizations.
don't know, the fact that I'm used to how this
On
game
your
looks kind
expedition,
of ugly.
harness the land's transformative magic to gather resources, craft gear, and build shelter.
But I get it. Like RuneScape's
Step into battle.
had a very old
Forge weapons,
style
sharpen your
MMO
skills, and
ideas
face the
of
danger
non-combat
that awaits.
stuff being
Survive
as
the
viable
wilds,
as the combat stuff.
unveil
Not
lost
really.
secrets,
But like, yeah, you
and
could spend time.
challenge
Wood cutting
dragons
was a
in
skill. You click on a tree and you wait till the tree goes away.
Launching on Nintendo
That was a
Switch
skill.
2, September 15th.
Wow, Jagex just got renamed to the RuneScape Company. Interesting. So I can understand them
Get
wanting to
on
like
board
take that
for these
lineage and make a survival game out of it. It makes 100% sense.
Customize your own avatar and play in the adorable world of Hello
But I
Kitty
think the
Party
simplicity
Land.
of the MMO
Join
is
the
what
party
made
with over
this is a Hello
40
Kitty Mario Party.
character-themed mini games and several board games. There are over 140 Sanrio characters to
That's
meet.
a Hello Kitty Mario Party.
Plus, you can choose from 16 partner characters, collect stickers,
You can collect
and
stickers.
so much more. Hello Kitty Party Land launches
Okay.
exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch October 29th.
Okay.
So let's get down there and finish the job.
Releasing in 15 days.
Blast off for adventure across the Lilat system with Fox McCloud and his crew.
Well done, Fox.
A battle for the fate of the galaxy begins. Star Fox launches on Nintendo Switch 2, June 25th.
I'm interested, but
A free demo that includes a tutorial and one of the game's opening stages will be available later today on Nintendo eShop. Hope resonates within the crystals.
what the hell is this? It's a square thing? This is a really cool look to it.
Get ready for the first Final Fantasy game in HD 2D, Final Fantasy Resonance.
Huh.
This is Lapis, a vast world that has prospered through the power of crystals. But after the invasion of the Veritas, this once thriving world lies on the brink of annihilation.
He hit you with that
Now Rain,
9999.
A knight of Grandshelt must journey across the realm with his
This
companions
is a cool look.
to stop the Veritas. In thrilling turn-based battles, call upon visions, iconic Final Fantasy heroes from other worlds to
Oh,
take down
is this
monsters.
Brave Exvius?
Can you uncover the truth behind the Veritas and the secrets
consoleized?
the crystals hold?
The mobile game that they had.
Final Fantasy Resonance
I'm
launches
curious.
on the
I
Nintendo
wonder
Switch
if this
2
is like
and
taking that
Nintendo
mobile
Switch
game
systems, October
that's been long
22nd.
since gone and remaking it as
A weird, whimsical world is waiting. Piku Niku returns in a new 3D puzzle exploration adventure. What do giant fruit, malevolent robot frogs, and an all-powerful potato have in common? Nothing, other than a shadowy conspiracy, of course. Meet a cavalcade of curious characters, each with their own problems and puzzles to solve.
This has an unfinished
But
flat
beneath
look
this
to it.
seemingly happy world lies a sinister plot to squeeze the locals for all they're worth. Time to join the resistance. By using Piku's surprising abilities, help solve the people's problems in surprising and downright oddball ways. Feeling baffled by these affable denizens? Embrace these strange encounters and bring about an ultimate understanding. And in this sequel, navigate and explore in full 3D as you discover the secrets of this vivid,
this looks
colorful world.
very interesting.
Get ready to wander, solve,
goofy.
and gossip in Piku Niku 2, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
Sure.
Prepare for an all-new
Dragon Quest Monsters
monster-filled adventure.
48. I feel like they already announced this, right?
Two girls find themselves lost in the kingdom of Witherwood.
Witherwood.
There, they gain the power to turn monsters into friends. Spot a monster you fancy?
It's a platypus.
Scout it.
Hey, this spin-off series, at least started in Game Boy Color,
Fight by your side.
did very, very well in Japan, and that's why they keep bringing. Because it's a Pokemon, like in a sense, it's a creature's acquisition game.
To create more powerful allies.
It's some
Now,
Shin Megami
take on the
Tensei
most
using.
fearsome of foes.
Weird.
With a team that's uniquely your own. Adventure is calling, and it's monstrously fun.
Will you pick up the
Quest
phone?
Monsters, the Withered World.
Huh. About time you got here.
I'm another girl. Oh. One of those trailers that ends with you supposedly having understood what they revealed. What is this? Castlevania. No, this is the Duskbloods.
Upon the ancient blood sovereign's honor.
I am buying this.
We are monsters, each vying for blood.
Ah, you're finally here. Worthy spirit.
That's all they want to show? Huh. This game is not coming out this year. Hanging on that screen for a
How was
while.
that? Next, we have more news about an upcoming treasure hunting game.
Toad's Treasure Tracker 2. Oh no, Splatoon.
Hey everyone, here's some
Raiders.
fresh news about Splatoon Raiders, a new single-player focused adventure. Check out this neat little place, the hideout ship out on the water. There's Deep Cut, a trio of swashbuckling musicians. And this scrappy individual? That's you. Let's call this handy youth the Mechanic. The four of them are
This is a
using
single-player
the
game,
hideout
so I'm
ship as
actually
their
interested
hub,
in this one.
hunting for treasure across
never played
these
Splatoon.
land masses, the Spiralite Islands. All right, time for a quick dive. Looks like the treasure they're after is at the base of those lights. But there's a bunch of aggressive creatures called salmonids in the way. And when you get too close, they'll attack immediately. The salmonids aren't pushovers either, so
This
you
is,
shouldn't
like,
go
where
it
they
alone.
live. You're invading their resources.
That's where this comes in, the Exploration Bot. A member of Deep Cut pilots it during your treasure hunts and attacks automatically.
If you're bad at the game, you can have
Launches
someone
you in
help.
the air for extra height. And even gets out of the bot to unleash special moves like this. You'll also get support in the form of gadgets. There's one that continuously fires ink after it's placed.
Turret.
Another that slices through enemies. Another that spins ink around you, and more. And the best part, you can use them together. It'd be nice if that made things easier, though. So to recap, do not underestimate the salmonids. Yikes! this is tougher than it looks. But the Salmonids aren't the only powerful ones around here. Through battles, you, the mechanic, will also get stronger by leveling up.
Yep.
And you can customize all sorts of upgrades to fit your playstyle. Oh, looks like time's up. There are even more details to cover in the upcoming Splatoon Raiders Direct, airing on June 30th. And in the smart device app Nintendo Today, see the story events leading up to Splatoon Raiders with daily comics ahead of launch. Plus, in collaboration with this game, there's going to be a special Splatfest in Splatoon 3. The theme looks like it's about Splatoon Raiders. Details will be announced
shit,
here.
that's why you're
Look
doing
out
it.
for more info in the future. Don't forget to check this out too.
Yeah, this game probably has a few more years
See ya.
of its life because it's a single player. And therefore won't necessarily replace it.
So what did you think? Splatoon Raiders is just around the corner. We'll also be releasing new Joy-Con 2
There you
controllers inspired by Deep Cut. We hope you're looking forward to it. Let's see some more headlines.
Pikmin. Never mind. Oh, fuck off. Is Deltarune again? I'm mean about... I just don't understand. I just don't understand. This very theater kid, Tumblr energy. Not for me. I played Undertale. I platinumed Undertale. Did not care for Undertale. Sure. Hey, you know, but kids like it, so good for them.
Awaken your power.
I was gonna say, did this ever come to the Switch?
Heed me, O kingless. Whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith
I'll
of the
say
citizenry
Persona 4
shall
Revival
ascend
did not
to
get
throne
announced
and
for
crown by
Switch
right
2,
of
or
kings.
Switch, for that matter.
This is the United Kingdom of Uchronia, inhabited by 8 tribes. The next king shall be decided by the will of the people. By decree of the king, as his face floats in the sky, the tournament for the throne begins. As the realm grapples with its first ever election, those vying for the throne put their plans into action. As one of the throne's candidates, you'll travel across the kingdom, forging bonds with compelling characters along the way. Various enemies stand in your
This
path.
game came out last year. Why are we talking about this game
There
as
are
if
monsters roaming this world,
you've never seen it
as
before?
well as other candidates.
I get it that
and
like they're
strange
talking to an audience that
beasts
does not
known
play
as
on
humans.
their consoles. I get it.
Control your destiny
They
and
cannot
change
act
the
like
world
you
in Metaphor.
know
ReFantasio,
information outside of their
launching on the
stuff.
Nintendo Switch 2 system,
100% get it,
November
but
12th.
well, funny. This game came out a year ago.
Create, explore, survive. A dedicated Nintendo Switch 2 version of Minecraft is on the way.
What does it add? Bigger
Dig
worlds?
into your Minecraft adventure on Nintendo Switch 2 with support for vibrant visuals. And embark on a journey across a world with enhanced lighting and shadow effects.
Okay.
Plus, Nintendo Switch worlds can be carried over, so you can pick up right where you left off. What will you create next?
I still have to
Minecraft
platinum the
launches on
PS3 and
Nintendo
Vita
Switch 2
versions of this game.
year.
Okay, here's our montage. Atelier Catrio. Oof, that's looking very low res. Yeah, this came out a couple years ago. It was looking pretty rough. Days. Daisy? Sure, why not? There we go. Fuck yes. Yes, that's what I'm really excited about. Oh, they doing the trilogy of Tomb Raider reboot stuff piecemeal? Tales of Eternia? Snow Runner. Sequel to Mud Runner, perhaps? Does it support the camera so you can see your dumbass boxing along? This is interesting.
The battle of light and darkness approaches.
Dedicated versions of these games, because remember, these Kingdom Hearts games
Filled with
were
memorable
cloud
adventures.
versions.
3 collections of Kingdom
on
Hearts games are
Switch
coming
1.
to Nintendo Switch 2. Traverse through iconic Disney and Pixar worlds. Befriend all sorts of magical allies. And battle enemies in action RPG combat. Relive these stories or experience them for the first time alongside Sora and his friends as they fight the darkness. If you have the cloud versions on Nintendo Switch, you can transfer your existing save data to these Nintendo Switch 2
They
games.
should just say you get it for free.
These 3
as an
collections launch on
apology.
Nintendo Switch 2 October 8th. A bundle with all 3 compilations, Kingdom Hearts Collection 1 through 3, also launches
I wonder
October
if this will come to
8th.
other platforms.
Additionally, a free demo of Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
この世界の構造はとても複雑で、
hold on.
私たちが定義する光と闇を具
Hold
現
on.
化したものは存在しなかった。でもそれを定義するも
Okay.
のがこの世界に来たことで、こ
Yeah.
の世界にも私たちの定義する闇が現れた。
Is this it? Oh, okay, okay, there's more, there's more. But it seems like it's very similar stuff to what we saw in 2022. Is this them just saying, hey, this is also coming to Switch 2? Oh, look at all these assholes. Okay, okay. Show me Haley Joel Osment's voice. But, okay, fair enough. This still looks early, man. Huh, we gonna get a date? Now they're just saying it's coming to Switch 2. Cool, well, hey, I wasn't expecting them to show it
How
here.
was
I had
that?
the thumbnail as a joke, but...
Next is our last announcement. Please take a look.
It's gonna open up with the title screen stuff. Oh.
Long ago, there was a
Okay.
land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity. At the very edge of this kingdom, there lay a small forest. Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest. These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri. Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods. However, there was one particular boy.
Oh, this is exciting.
Who did not have a fairy.
We put him in the top left corner of the tapestry. Whoa, look at this. No, fuck you. Show more. Fuck yes, though. But fuck you. Show more. Okay, still this year. But come on. You gotta show more.
The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time will be reborn on Nintendo Switch 2. More details will be announced in the future, so please look forward to them. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct.
It's coming out this year. The year's
Earlier
halfway
this year,
over.
Devon-san was appointed as the new president of Nintendo of America. We'd like to conclude this presentation with a few words from Devon-san. Thank you for watching.
Wait, did Devin quit S rank to go be president of Nintendo of America?
Thank you, Koizumi-san. Hi, everyone. I'm Devin Pritchard, and after 20 years at Nintendo, one of my favorite things about gaming is still that moment I get to try something new. I watch the trailers, I hear about a game, but the moment I pick up a controller, that's when it all comes together. And for me, that's what games have always been about. Those little moments that surprise me and allow me to immerse myself in different worlds. You can read about a game, you can watch a trailer, but nothing beats seeing it for yourself. And that's a big part of what Nintendo Treehouse Live is about. Getting a closer look, hearing from the teams, and spending more time with the games themselves. So let's get to it. We've got a new Nintendo Treehouse Live ready to go.
That Zelda thing
with a few
looked
games
great.
I hope you find interesting. And if you enjoyed
Visually.
Splatoon Raiders in today's Nintendo Direct, this
But come
July
on, show-
at San
show
Diego
me-
Comic
show
Con,
some- it comes
we'll
out
have the
this
game
year, show
playable
someone
on the
playing
show
it.
floor. Because at the end of the day, I think the best way to understand a game is to pick up the controller and play. Thanks for watching. I'm really looking forward to sharing more of what I love about games and bringing those experiences to all of you. And now it's time for Treehouse Live. Over to you, team.
Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna watch all of this. It depends. Are they gonna freaking reveal stuff here? You know what I mean? Like, that has kind of happened sometimes. Also, that was really loud.
Hi everyone, welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Teresa and I'm joined here by Gab, Dan, and Rob.
Lord,
We're here
volume.
to talk about Star Fox, coming out June 25th.
All right, well, I don't care
It
about
is
Star
a cinematic
Fox.
shooter. We're gonna
crazy.
focus on the single player game.
Crazy.
and then we'll
I mean,
go
yes,
into
it was
the
correct. You know,
multiplayer
we
in
are
a later
getting
segment. But Dan, why
Ocarina
don't
of
you take
Time
us away?
remade.
Start right out here in this new cinema scene. Right
I
in
am under the
Star
impression
Fox
that it is
Bridge,
truly
Bridge of
a
Great Fox, which is the base for the Star Fox team. The team is
I'm
just
getting
coming out of their
distracted by
training
this.
session.
There we go. It seems like it is a reimagining of that game. Just the context of how the game is being presented from that trailer with the tapestry and the telling of that story at least implies to me that it's more of a reimagining. And he said reborn, but you know, again, marketing speak, they can use whatever words they want to use, right? I feel like some people get kind of tongue-tied over whether or not this company says this, and before when they've said that, that means this other. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. Again, they sold a $40 Metroid Prime remake and called it a remaster, and they sold a $60 port of a Wii Zelda game and didn't call it anything. You know what I mean? They said HD, right? Even though that's a remaster. They're going to use whatever words they want to use. Retold, sure, fine. That's how he described it. It comes out this year, so which A, makes me happy on two fronts. Number one, because you get to play it sooner. And number two, sorry, cough here. Number two, it's still on my Fantasy Critic League, which means I don't have to drop it. I'm very excited. I wish they showed more. I imagine sometime in like August, because when are they going to launch the game? It's going to be their holiday game. They will probably release it in like November. They don't care about Grand Theft Auto 6. It's not one-to-one competing. There are certainly people maybe my age and a little bit older who remember Ocarina of Time being this gigantic big thing. And they also love Grand Theft Auto, you know, because Grand Theft Auto 3 also, you know, a few years later made just as big of an impact, to be honest. You know what I mean? I can see those types of people being like, I can only buy one game, which am I going to buy? Those people probably also don't own a Switch 2, for the most part. So maybe the choice is easier. So maybe around the time of August, we'll get like a dedicated direct for Ocarina of Time. Because if they're doing one for just the Splatoon single player thing, I imagine they would do one for their big holiday release. They tend to do that stuff. Boy, and then Kingdom Hearts 4. What the fuck? The thumbnail was a joke. I was expecting it to show up at either a PlayStation thing or like one of the Jeff Keighley stuff. Right, and they didn't really show much beyond what we kind of already saw, and maybe a little bit of extra context for what we had seen prior. But it's basically them saying like, hey, it is going to be on Switch 2 when the game comes out. So like, if you're excited for the game, consider our platform, right? And then they did announce, you know, a collection of 1, 2, and 3, which they kind of phrased it in two ways. So what does that mean? Because there's all the handheld stuff, and that's when you get the 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8 and all that. But then they also announced a 1, 2, 3 deal. Is that them being like, hey, we know there's a lot of these fucking games. There's a lot of these games. And you're overwhelmed, but we want you to be into it because we want you to play 4. But here's just 1, 2, and 3. I gotta look up what that means. I gotta move these Zelda cartridges. I gotta look up what that means. I'll pop it up on screen if Tools recent past hour. Let's see what RPG site says. Kingdom Hearts Collection 1-3, 1 through 3. October 8th. It had new art to it. I feel like if there was, like, I guess my point on this Kingdom Hearts stuff is like, is it like recontextualizing them in a different way, and therefore maybe there'd be more trophies? Or would they be like graphically improved even further, like 1 and 2 and 3? To be honest, you know, it's a 2019 game. Huh. We'll have to let the dust settle on this. Get more answers. Well, thank you guys for watching. This was wow. Okay. Disappointed that we didn't get to see we didn't get to see more of Ocarina of Time, and what we saw of Kingdom Hearts 4 was kind of just, again, just more context on what we already saw. They didn't do the big blowout. Like, yeah, there was a character talking, and we saw like 3D character models of, you know, a couple dudes that I don't think we saw previously, but they were in 2D artwork, right? Because there was 2D artwork of all the characters that were in the Nomura's like what, third attempt at Versus 13, which is being done in Kingdom Hearts 4, I guess. We've seen them as 2D art, but like, I guess, you know, they're actually in the game proper for real, etc. I mean, cool, whatever. Expect a bigger blowout of that game, I guess, next year, because again, if what I had read is true, last year at some point they made the decision, from having that game be a 2026 title, which obviously wasn't announced, to delaying it to a 2027 game. I imagine it would be later in the year if Final Fantasy VII's third part is spring of 2027. So we got about a year and change before Kingdom Hearts 4 releases. Disappointing on that front that we didn't see more, but I'm expecting them to want to get Final Fantasy VII out of the way properly before they do a big deep dive. But maybe at the Game Awards we'll see one more trailer that's like, hey, this is a big deal and it is coming out in 2027. Maybe that's when we get the date. But cool to see it announced here, because that was kind of my big takeaway for this Nintendo Direct. A lot of third-party games are indeed coming, and they seem to look fine. They seem to look and run fine. And that's kind of like the biggest struggle that they had for the Switch 1 era. Was like, yeah, at the beginning, you know, you could have a team spend time to make a Switch 1 port with some, you know, obvious downgrades. You know, but like, how many teams are going to do that? How many companies that can specialize in Switch 1 kind of hardware to the degree that they can make a Doom and Doom Eternal ports and Wolfenstein 2 and all that jazz? How many of them are going to want to do that? And we saw that, like, answer was kind of no. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Platinum needed money, so yeah, sure, they'll port Nier Automata to Switch. But we didn't see that for really a lot of other games. Switch 2, Capcom seems to be out the gate being like, yeah, we can get RE Engine running fine. Onimusha's coming, I think, day and date. Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming over. You know what I mean? We got Pragmata and Resident Evil 9 day and date, I believe, day and date, if not like a week later, something like that. So that was the big takeaway for me, is like they really wanted to push that, like, no, you're going to be able to get all of those games. I'm surprised Call of Duty wasn't here. But maybe Nintendo not wanting to show people getting shot with a gun kind of makes showing Call of Duty at all in a trailer hard, because, like, you know what I mean? They're okay with dudes getting slashed with swords, but being shot is different. Oh, man. Ocarina of Time is real. Ocarina of Time is real. And it looked great. I'm going to have to watch that section again. All right. I got to go. I got to eat lunch. I got to get ready for work. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, please. I appreciate it if you do. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.